Hey everybody, I just got back from a 3-day, 2-night, we'll call it wilderness excursion. We were hunting. And a real good friend of mine, a guy I've known for over a decade, we ended up having to break into one of my packs with a lot of my survival gear. And he noticed some of the things I was carrying and he became pretty inquisitive. And long story short, like I said, it was 3 days, 2 nights. We got to talking about it. And he wanted to start carrying survival items himself and get into I guess the very basics of prepping. So I told him I'd put together a little starter kit for him, something he could throw in his vehicle, kind of an EDC that he could take with him. Not something he can carry on his person because it's going to be too large, but more of a vehicle bag, and that'll give him a good start on his emergency preparedness. So here's the pack I put together for him. I've got several packs like this. This pack is like $10. It's a cheap pack, but you can carry it crossways, diagonal across your body. The cryptic camo. Starting out on the outside, I've got 2 paracord bracelets, and I don't know what I've got, 5 carabiners. So he's got a strap. He's immediately got cordage and some carabiners for lashings right off the bat on the outside. I've also got a compass attached to the zipper. This does have MOLLE webbing on it. The pack does. So I've got a pocket knife on this side, very sharp, hooked through the MOLLE webbing. So immediately we're off to a good start on the outside. So breaking into the kit, I've put him together an EDC multi-kit, which is out of one of the tins. You guys have seen my 10 videos. And we've got all kinds of stuff in here. We've got cordage, matches, fishing line, carabiners, another little compass. I already said the fishing line. We've got a little folding credit card knife. This is one of those multi-tools that a lot of people carry. They're cheap. You can get them on anywhere on the internet, basically. So I've got one of those in there for him. This whole little kit, like I said, like this says on it, this is an EDC multi-kit. So this is something that he could carry on his person. A couple other things in this front pouch. I've got a disposable lighter and a book of matches. So getting into this first compartment, let me just set this up here. Getting into this first compartment, got 2 more tins I made for him. One, I've got all these labeled. In fact, I put tape on my labeling because if not, even though it's permanent marker, it'll wipe off. But if you put tape on it, it'll keep it from smudging and wiping off. So I write on it, tape over it, we're good to go. This is a fishing kit. It's got more monofilament line, bank line, 2 rooster tails, if you can see, a couple more carabiners. It's got 2 hooks with leaders already on them, and another 4 hooks with leaders down beneath. I've also got razor knife. I keep a little razor blade. I keep a razor blade in most of the tins I make because they're flat and don't take up much space, and they're extremely sharp, obviously, razor sharp. So you could, I mean, there's just any number of uses that I couldn't go over all of them. This next tin, basic fire kit I made for him. We got the surface area increased on this, but a cotton ball to start with. Got some dryer lint, a lighter, cotton ball in a little Ziploc that's soaked in Vaseline, another razor blade down there to shave tinder, 2 bundles of half a dozen matches, so a dozen. These are waterproof matches, and I've got a striker behind them. I've got 3 of the stormproof matches. I've got a Q-tip. I always put Q-tips in there. You know, they burn well, and you can stick them down to the tight areas to catch fire down inside your teepee and whatnot. I've also got 2 birthday candles. They burn for a long time. As long as you're not in a high wind area, it'll just sustain your flame. I've also, beneath these matches, I've got a crayon. Crayons burn very well, and they'll burn, I don't know, anywhere. I mean, I've tested it, like I've said in my other videos, anywhere 8 to 15 minutes or so. Not something I would recommend burning in the house, though. They make a mess. And they do not smell good at all. Getting into the larger section of our pouch, I've got 2 Clif bars. These have 9 grams of protein each. And Clif bars are expensive, but you know, they're good stuff. These are plastic, but they're the real thick camping plastic. Spoon, knife, and fork. Or spoon, kind of a butter knife with serrated edge, and fork. A glow stick. And again, like you guys have seen in my other videos, if you've watched them, I try to focus my packs around food, water, shelter, fire. Then you've got communication, hygiene on top of that, but food, water, shelter, fire are my basics. An emergency poncho and an emergency Mylar blanket. I've got a metal, this isn't a tumbler, but it's just a bottle. You can, I mean, it seals. It's got a real good seal on it. You can boil water in here. Even though the lid itself is metal, there's a little plastic deal inside the lid that helps to seal it. But good way to purify water. A flashlight. Now this flashlight's not going to turn on because it's got the protector on the battery. These lights are like $1 and they're pretty sharp, so I enjoy having them. But the battery's protected, so the battery's not going to go dead sitting in that light. Normally I don't keep batteries in my lights, but in the case where it's blocked, you know, I will. A little pocket chiv, multiple uses for these. If you haven't seen them, I'd recommend getting one. They're good for kits. I've got them in a lot of my kits. Another flashlight that'll clip on your cap. Again, these are like $1. I've got the, it's got the little pull tab, so you can pull it, then it'll work. It won't click on now, so the battery's not going to sit and go dead. 2 4.227 fluid ounces of emergency purified drinking water. Ready to go. So we've got water on the spot. Way to purify water, and we've got water on the spot. Let's see, I've got a couple Ziploc bags rolled up. Ziploc bags are always good for carrying whatever you might need to carry. About 50 foot of paracord. I keep paracord by the 1,000-foot spool, so I've got a lot of it so I can pull off some, set it up for someone or myself, and be ready to go. And I believe this is this is like a $5 kit at Walmart. It's a first aid kit, waterproof first aid kit. It's got your basics in it, not trauma, but it also does have cordage and a carabiner on it, which is handy. And if you do use all the first aid kit, or you can pull it out, stick it in your pack, you've got a waterproof kit for whatever else you may want water in. And I believe that's it. And again, like I said, this is just a starter kit I'm building for a friend of mine. The guy's like a brother, and the fact that he's interested in this stuff is great. I love it. I'm more than happy to get him started and help him along his way with what I know. So if you guys build any kind of starter kits or anything like that for your friends or family, or any kits at all, I'd love to see them. And if you have any suggestions or advice on my kit, I'm always all ears. Thank you, everybody.